issues in the society and look into possible solutions that we can profile. But this year, we decided we must look inward because it's only when we are fit as lawyers that we can play our role in the society. And that's why we are addressing the topic that the Nigerian lawyer, earning wealth and keeping fit in challenging times, is already in doldrums. And it affects every one of us. So it is the issue that we need to tackle as members of the legal profession in dealing with the wellness of our members that we give priority to at this time. And so we've lined up a number of activities to look into these issues. Everybody in Nigeria has become aware of the Japa syndrome. And so we are starting off with our young lawyers who are also wondering whether there is a tomorrow for them in the profession. So once we have the opening ceremony on Friday, the 9th of June at 10 a.m., with a keynote address being delivered by Dr. Adekunle Ojo, we'll move on to the session for the young lawyers, and is dealing with the prospects and challenges for the young lawyer. That session will be chaired by the immediate past president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Olumide Apata. It will also, of course, there will be other speakers, Mr. Wemimo Ogunde, SAN, Mrs. Tokumbo Oshinawo will also be there. So we want to really examine what we need to do to put confidence back in the heart of our young lawyers. And in the evening of the same day, we're having a welcome cocktail being hosted by Pinheiro LP. And so that takes care of our day one. In the afternoon, of course, there is the Jumat prayers for our Muslim members who will go to the mosque. On Saturday the 10th, we're kicking off the day with aerobics. We're also having tug of war and football matches. So if you come around, you'll see our women, digging it out with the Ikorodu team, and our men in the same evening will be playing Lagos branch. On Sunday, our Christian members will be here for a Thanksgiving service. We're holding it here this time around as something we are doing new. In years past, we will go to any of the Orthodox churches, Anglican church nearby, but this time around, we want to do it here. On Monday, the 12th of June, which of course will be the Democracy Day, is not going to be a free day for us. As part of our corporate social responsibility, we'll be visiting the juvenile home at Oregun, and we want to make some contribution to the place just to alleviate the sufferings of the children there and make life much better for them. On Tuesday, the 13th of June, the day starts with a session for our female lawyers. We will be looking into how to overcome gender bias and stereotypes. And that session is an all-women exclusive session. So if you find any man around, be sure that his gender has been transformed. So we want the women to talk to themselves and address all the issues that bother them and how those who at least have navigated the path have been able to overcome and get to where they are. So we have 3 female senior advocates of Nigeria who will be talking at that session, as well as the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Justice, Ms. Titi Shitabe. So on that same day in the afternoon, we're having a session dealing with growing your clientele. Because we are talking about earning wealth, of course, you have to grow your clientele. So that session deals with how we as lawyers will grow our clientele and also ensure that our billing for legal services are done appropriately. The second segment of that same session deals with financial planning for lawyers. We don't just want to earn money, we also want to know how to plan well. So we are bringing experts to the table to come and talk to us. On Wednesday, I believe some of us are aware of the agency that is called the Domestic and Sex State. We are partnering with them to bring awareness to the public about the responsibilities of the agency. Not many people are aware of what they do and how they can be supportive. There are too many cases of domestic violence that we can nip in the bud if we understand what this agency is all about. So we are going out there in specific locations at IKEJA and Ogba. And so if you come on that day, you will see our members donning their T-shirts and telling members of the public what DSVA is all about. In the evening of that same Wednesday, we have a variety night. It's a time to come and let down our hairs, relax, and have a very lovely evening here at the Bar Center. On Thursday, we have the Alawa Akabashorun lecture. Mr. Akabashorun was a past president of the Nigerian Bar Association. So this lecture is put together annually in his honor and memory. And we are addressing the topic. These days, everyone says, any little thing, go to court. And that is becoming, the metaphor for the failure of the system. So what we're looking at is there a way out? And that topic says, go to court. Is there a remedy for Nigeria's ailing justice system? That's what we're looking at. Professor Chidi Odinkalu will be taking the lead. And the session will also have discussants. Mr. Adeyinka Olumide Fisika SAN and Mr. GT Ogunye will be discussant at that session. In the afternoon, we have a session focusing on health issue. It's called Wellness Agenda, the Physical and Mental Health of Nigerian Lawyer, What You Must Know and Do. We have Reverend Tony Akinyemi and Mr. Usman Imana who will be taking those sessions. With the law dinner, which will be held at the Citadel. Already our members are picking up their cards for the dinner. Everyone is getting ready. And so we welcome those who want to join us at the dinner. It promises to be a great evening of camaraderie, of bonding, of networking, and we know we'll surely have a swell time. So I welcome you as we start on Friday to the 2023 Law Week. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished NSIC. Do we have any comments, questions, remarks from members or the press? Advice or sponsorship? Okay. Okay.
The chairman, I crave the indulgence of the chairman to still enjoy the existing protocol, sir. My name is Lucky Ekarume. Chairman, sir, in as much as I appreciate the fact that we are trying to touch lives, impact lives, as it relates to family issues, talking about abuse. I've loved that our chairman, the chairman of the committee, should at least put up or embellish that area a little, because it's we just gloss over it like an umbrella touch. Can we, the abuse, in what area are we looking at, sir? because it has become something, it has now turned into a recurring decimal. Yesterday, no, at about 2 a.m. this morning, around my area at Egbeda, the wife stabbed the husband at the groins. And right now, I've just been informed that the husband is dead. Died some few hours ago. This thing happened at about 2 a.m. this morning. So how do we address all these issues?
Okay, thank you.
Presently, I'm handling a matter that has to do with a man who always chained the wife down in the house and have carnal knowledge of her through that position, and will leave her in that position for 2 days. As a matter of fact, I'm at the gender section right now, and the matter, I pray they move it to court so that we'll go and test our methods there.
Well, thank you, my learned friend. You know, this is the point that this session is not to present a paper on domestic violence. Hold on. But what we are saying is that's where we are not sitting here talking about it. We want to take the thing out there and let members of the public know that before it gets to an irreversible situation like you have, there have been signs. Some of these things don't happen overnight. Now, when you think you are helpless, there's an agency of government that has been put in place. Let me give what scares a lot of people, for example, is if I run out of this house, I don't have money to rent another place. But there's provision under their law to intervene and get you a place. So, but we need to take the thing out there. If you stay here talking about it, it won't change anything. So we decided we will take 2 locations in IKEJA and Ogba to say there is a body. Now you may say, oh, look, I can't even afford legal services. I can't go and tell police this agency is there. Some of those roles, they will now intervene and do the needful. But we need to let the people know. I can tell you that not even many of us lawyers know the essence and the statutory role of that agency. That's what we think. Look, beyond, somebody, I go to police now, I don't want you to arrest my husband. So we don't talk of arrest, but you need an intervention. That is why the agency is there. Yeah, that is it. Thank you. Thank you.
Do we have any other? Mr. Tobo? Yes.
Good afternoon, the chairman of the committee, gentlemen of the press, and the members of the branch. My name is Yare Otobo. Inasmuch as we have all listened to the programs of the Law Week, the gender issue, I have lawyers will be encouraged to make their money, and just as listed. The question I want to ask is, for all of us, now that I know that by the time we are planning the Law Week, the issue has not come up. But we know the way we are in Nigeria presently. And the Labour Congress, they are going to start protest or sit at home by Wednesday. Subsidy has been removed. A lot of hardship on the members of the public. And it's not MBA IKEJA which people are looking up to. And we are going to start having Law Week. Should we just close our mouth or close our eyes on all those issues? Thank you.
Well, thank you. I think the issue of the subsidy, first of all, before we take a reaction, has to be well understood. And so we don't want to be in haste to align, whether on the side of government or on the side of labor. One thing that is common that you said is this: everyone will have to bear the brunt of what has been thrust upon us. However, we need to address in a meaningful way what must be the right approach. And you know, economists will tell you a number of people are not opposed to the removal of subsidy, if at all there is anything to remove. What I think the issue is the timing and the implementation. And there has been the clamor that there has to be a unified exchange rate, and a number of things to be in place. I think it's the sudden nature of the announcement that has created the current tension. But I believe that from what I read in the paper today, government is addressing it. Now, you will also discover that even when you talk of labor, the position of TUC is different from that of NLC. And so we're saying we cannot just rush out and say this is the position. It's an intricate issue, and we need, when we pride ourselves as learned men, we need to do our own work. And when we are coming out with our position, everyone listening to us, we know that we are responding with an informed judgment over the issue. That's the position.
Thank you, Lenesi. I think we should round up at this point so that we don't go into a lecture proper. I'm afraid we may just as well start having the law week here, even though the law week is starting on Friday. I want to join our members to please plan to attend starting from 9th to 16th of June. And the cards are available here. You can ask any of the staff here, from Queen to any of them here. The card is 20,000 naira. And we have 50% discount for the first 40 young financial members of the branch who are within the call age bracket of 1 to 7. So please, I promise that, we promise, promising you on behalf of the committee, that it's going to be a very wonderful experience. I can assure you that. No, subsidy has not affected the cards. Don't worry. The price will not change. Thank you, Lenesi. So distinguished okay. Okay, Daniel. Then the lady. I think we have about 2 of them. Daniel will not even want you to. Daniel Onwe.
Yeah, but the point is this: his account is not challenged.
Yes.
No, I mean, see, what I'm trying to say is this: his finances are not challenged. I know Daniel very well. That's why I say this same Daniel. Yeah. No, if it's about carrying him, you can help. But I'm saying it's about buying the card. In fact, Daniel can sponsor other people. That I can tell you.
Thank you, Lenesi. We'll deal with that. But like Lenesi said, Daniel, I'm sure will not even want us to do that to him. That's who he is. He will pay, he will attend, and even sponsor. I trust him. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the bar and members of the press. We are very grateful for your attendance today. Thank you.